One of the biggest financial mistakes that I see a lot of people making is waiting until they have millions before they start investing. But you don't have to wait until you have a lot of money before you start your investment journey. And that is why in this video, I want to share with you 5 investments that I can make with as little as 5,000 naira. Hello, welcome and welcome back to the channel. If you are seeing my face for the first time, my name is John Agbo. On this channel, I talk about all things finance. I teach people like you how to make, manage, and multiply their money. If you love content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and also turn on the bell icon so that anytime I post a new video here, you'll always be the first person to be notified by YouTube. Investing is really not about the amount, it's about the habit. And that's the reason why you don't need to wait until you have a lot of money before you start investing. Once you are able to start with that small amount of money, it will help you to build a habit of investing. But that is not to say that your 5,000 investment is going to make you a millionaire. As a matter of fact, investing 5,000 naira in any of these investments will not turn you a millionaire overnight. I am not promising that. But one thing is that it will help you to build a habit of investing. Then as time goes on, you can start increasing your investment capital so that the magic of compounding interest can start working on your behalf. So when you start up your investment capital, that is when you can also start making more profits, because the more money you put in, the more money you will be able to make when it comes to anything investment. So let's look at the very first one, which is stocks investments. Of course, you should know there is no way I am not going to mention stocks investments in this video. And it is coming at number 1 because I am very particular about stocks investments. If you are following me here on this channel, I've been doing that for a while, you will know that I am always talking about stocks investments, because as a young person, whether you're in your 20s or in your 30s, this is the best time for you to invest in stocks, because right now you can afford to take some level of risk. The older you become, the lesser risk you can afford to take. So right now you can afford to take some risk and invest in publicly listed companies. You may not have the money to build a big company like MTN Nigeria or Dangote Cement or GTCO, but at least you have the money to invest in those companies and become a part owner of those companies. And when you buy shares of those companies, you can make money in 2 ways: through share price appreciation and through dividend payments. Take for instance, at the beginning of this year, the share price of MTN was selling for around 200 naira, but right now it is selling for around 470 naira. So if you bought MTN for around 200 naira at the beginning of this year, if you want to sell it right now, you're going to sell it for around 470 naira per share. So that is share price appreciation. As for dividend payment, it is a part of a company's profit that they decide to pay out to all their shareholders. It's just a way of them saying, thank you for buying and holding our shares. So it is free money, and it's also a way for you to earn passive income. Dangote Cement actually pays dividend, GTCO pays dividend, UBA also pays dividend, and a couple of other companies in the Nigerian stock market. Dividend payment is not limited to companies listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange alone. Even companies listed in the US stock market, they also pay dividend. If you are interested in learning more on how to get started with investing in stocks, I have a free stocks investment masterclass. I am going to leave the link in the video description. You can as well find the link in the first comment of this video. Now let's move on to the second investment you can make with as little as 5,000 naira. So if you are the type that you don't want to go through the stress of researching and investing in individual companies, then you can simply invest in ETF. What is an ETF? An ETF is a basket of stocks. So you are simply investing in many companies all in one place. Look at it like a basket of fruits. And in that basket, you have apple, you have pineapple, you have mango, you have bananas, you have avocado. So if one fruit goes bad, you won't feel it. Why? Because you still have other fruits in that basket that you can make use of. That is how an ETF works. Even though one company does not perform well, you can use the profit that you've made from the other companies to cover up for any loss. Though the prices of stocks actually goes up and down, but it is not like that with ETF. The price of an ETF can go down, but it will not go down the way the price of an individual stocks will just go down drastically. So an ETF is also another very good investment that you can start with as little as 5,000 naira. In the Nigerian Stock Exchange, we have the Stanbic IBTC ETF 30 and the Vertiva Griffin 30 ETF. This ETF actually tracks the top 30 companies in the Nigerian stock market. And when you go to the US stock market, we have a couple of ETFs that you can also invest in. We have the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF that tracks the top 500 companies in the US. We have the QQQ that tracks the top tech companies in the US. We also have the Gold Shares SPDR that tracks the performance of gold, and so many other ETFs in the US stock market. So the same way that you invest in stocks is the same way that you can invest in an ETF. So if you have any platform, any investment app, or any broker that allows you to invest in Nigerian stocks, you can use it to invest in Nigerian ETFs. Also, if you have any platform or investment app that allows you to invest in US stocks, you can use it to invest in US ETFs. The next investment you can start with just 5,000 naira is investment in real estate. I am not talking about real estate in terms of buying land or building rental properties. Of course, I am not crazy. So I understand that 5,000 naira cannot help you to go into physical real estate. I am talking about investing in real estate through the stock market. You can invest in REITs. REIT simply means real estate investment trust. They are companies that actually collect money from individual investors, and then they go ahead to invest the money into different real estate properties. So they can decide to build hotels, they can build shops, they can build shopping malls, they can build warehouses. Then when they are able to collect rent from all their tenants, they can now take a part of that money and pay it out as dividend to their shareholders. With as little as 5,000 naira, you can start investing in REIT. So this is a very cool way for you to become a landlord, start receiving rent in form of passive income without owning any physical property. Some of the real estate investment trusts in the Nigerian stock market includes SFS REIT, we have U Home REIT, we also have UPDC REIT. So you can just search for them the same way that you search for any stocks you want to invest into using that your investment app. Search for them and then you go ahead to invest. The fourth investment that you can make with as little as 5,000 naira is investing in the Federal Government of Nigeria Savings Bond, aka FGN Savings Bond. The FGN Savings Bond was created by the Nigerian government in 2017, and since then they have been faithful in paying dividend to their shareholders. So how does it work? You simply loan your money to the government and then you get paid interest every 3 months. Then upon maturity, your capital will be returned to you. They have a 2 years tenure and they have a 3 years tenure. And with as little as 5,000 naira, you can get started. So when you invest every 3 months, they're going to be paying you your dividend. Then at the end of your investment period, they're going to return your capital to you. There are stockbrokers that allows you to invest in the FGN Savings Bond, and one of them is AfriInvestor 2.0. So you can sign up and create an account, and anytime there is a window to invest, you are going to be notified, because the opportunity to invest in the FGN Savings Bond is always open in the first week of every month. So once it is opened, your stockbroker is going to notify you. The fifth investment that you can make with as little as 5,000 naira is investing in the money market mutual funds. Think about saving your money, but you are still getting paid interest. That is how money market mutual funds works. Rich and wealthy people don't save their money in a traditional savings account. They save their money in a money market mutual funds. In the money market mutual funds, you are giving your money to an asset manager to go and invest his money on your behalf. But they will not invest in risky assets. They invest in low risk and short-term assets like treasury bills, commercial papers, and bonds. So anytime they make profit from this investment, they'll come back and pay you your returns. So some money market mutual funds pays up to 15 to 20% interest per annum. And when you invest, if you want to withdraw your money, you can actually withdraw your money anytime you want. Although some will insist that you must wait for at least 30 days before you initiate a withdrawal. But apart from that, you can have access to your funds anytime you want. And you can start investing in the money market mutual funds with as little as 5,000 naira. There are many money market mutual funds that you can invest into. There is the Stanbic IBTC money market mutual funds. You can find that one right inside the Cowrywise app. There is also the AfriVest Plotters Fund, which is the APF. You can find it on Cowrywise. You can also find it inside the Optimus app. So if you are looking for something low risk where you can just keep your money will be preserved and also you'll be earning interest, because there is no way your capital will reduce when you put it in the money market mutual funds. It can happen in an equity mutual funds, but it cannot happen in a money market mutual fund. So let's say you put in 100,000 naira. Even though you come back 6 months from now, your money cannot drop below that 100,000. Instead, it's going to increase. Although the returns is not that much compared to equity mutual funds, but it is stable. So if you want something stable where your capital will be preserved and also you'll get to earn some interest, then the money market mutual funds is actually best for you. So these are the 5 investments that you can start with as little as 5,000 naira. But the question is, which one should you start with immediately? If you are a total beginner, I would recommend that you start with the money market mutual funds. Then when you have understood how the game actually works, they can go ahead and invest in stocks for long-term wealth. But if you want growth and stability, then you can invest in real estate. So that will be all for this video. I want to believe you find it very helpful. If you did, you know exactly how we do it on this channel. Do well to give me a thumbs up. That's the only favor I want you to do for me. And if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe and turn on the bell icon so that anytime I drop a new video here, you'll always be the first person to be notified by YouTube. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.